Hey there, Hofstra fans. Welcome to this week's edition of the WBB Mason Coaches Report, right here on GoHofstra.com. I'm Mike Sullivan, joined as always this week by head coach of the Hofstra women's basketball program, Krista Kilburn-Steveskey. Coach, how's everything going?
It's going well.
You split your week. You get a loss on the road against House, and a late layup from Tanisha McTiller gets you after you come back after you're down 14. You get a victory on Sunday against William & Mary. You've now won 4 out of your last 5. Take me through this week and your couple of games. What you see from your team?
Yeah, we went down with good game plan and ready to kind of take one back from the loss here at home against Towson. And, we didn't certainly start off well enough on the road. So you spent the whole rest of the game fighting back, and you just felt that type of, tempo where you're fighting the whole time back and didn't really have as much control. But then you do enough things to be in that driver's seat to at least get it to overtime, So it was disappointing. It was a tough loss. So we had to suffer that back, but then we were ready the next day. The kids were up, ready, going, practicing, a lot of energy, and just ready to move forward. But we certainly we wanted that one pretty bad.
What do you think of the resiliency of your team on the road in a conference game to come back like they did in the second half?
Well, that's it, and I think that is what they're learning how to win. I think since that Northeastern, when they realized the little things, 50 balls, the hustle plays, and that was some of the things, like when you get kind of caught watching for the last 2 games, you start standing and watching, you're forgetting that awareness of what got you to that point. So, but I think they're fighting and they know, learning how to win.
Defensively, I asked you about McTiller last week. She had another strong game. Why was she so effective?
We even, especially down crunch time, we were putting 2 and 3 people on her, and she scored that last shot with 3 people really, and the fourth one running over to slightly contested. So, skilled, deadly mid-range. A lost art with most kids, and on the men's side, you always see it's either threes or layups. She's got a mid-range game that's better than most in the country. She's definitely arguably to be one of the best players in our conference. I mean, if she's not up there for Player of the Year award, I don't know what, because whatever you want to say about her, she is skilled, she can score, she's the real deal.
What about Asia Jackson's performance, a strong game from her?
Well, and really she stepped up the play. We needed a lot more support. Amy Payton, and AO both giving good leadership, but sometimes you have a struggle, and that's why you have a team. And I thought Asia really tried to step up, and ALO as well, and give us some good minutes, and and really try to help us where we needed it. Jaquel Gilchrist, I think, came off the bench again, giving us that spark. So it just, we just fell short, but we certainly fought hard. We battled back and figured out ways to win.
Return home Sunday, a strong defensive performance against William & Mary, a 10-point victory. What do you think of the bounce back after?
I thought that, again, we got behind and came back and won the game. The same kind of concept that William & Mary actually had been beating its opponents under the 3-minute mark. That was pretty clear in my mind when I saw that score and where we were heading down the last stretch there, because that William & Mary's learned how to fight. Ed's done a great job of getting those kids to run a system and do what he wants to do, and it's annoying, right? It is. It's not going to go away. This is what he does. So we're going to have to, everybody in the conference is going to get used to somebody that plays that way. So I think, the more that we're used to it, the better we'll be able to attack it a lot better. We didn't attack it as well as we should have. So I think that's the disappointing part of me. It was, first time we've seen them, and we gave it a lot more credit. There was a lot of overshifting on their part. There was a lot of open opportunities on the opposite side. We didn't see opposite, and stuff that we had worked on, getting ready for them. And, but we won. We won. We came behind. We won. Again, big rebounds from ALO and AO, and then, a big game for Ruth. I thought she gave us that lift. Again, that's just why you have a lot of players. You have a lot of kids that can help you. They know their roles. I was just really proud of her. I needed her to dial in and really be focused and let her play through some of her mistakes, and she, she did it for us. She did a great job, and I thought Asia had to run the point a lot, and so I felt like something that's like not her first love. She did a great job of controlling the team and helping us out. It was really good, and then Annie, of course, had 19 points. So, and I'm always hard on her. I know she can even do better, but I was proud of her making that stop. She got a big steal. She made a couple layups and found ELO down low when we had to make some plays to win.
I want to ask you about Ruth and Annie. Let's start with Ruth. She's had a little quiet for the past few weeks. A really strong game against William & Mary. Why do you think she had bounce back effort?
I think Ruth, goes to work every day. It's just really confidence with her. You're constantly, you know, that's what I love about this group as a whole. You know, the things I have to deal with as a coach for things you're supposed to be dealing with as a coach. You know, stay confident. We believe in you. Keep plugging. Slow down a little bit. She rushes the game. You know, she's athletic. She's mobile. She does so many good things. Brings so much good things to the team. She just needs to slow down sometimes. I think she gets in a hurry on the offensive end, and that kind of gets in her head early.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she's such a good defender on the other end. She needs to, you know, so I can't be more proud of what she can continue to be. She keeps embracing that and really, you know, dialing in and being aware.
And for Annie, when she came to Hofstra, the shot was always there, but her growth defensively as a player certainly been impressive. A career high 4 steals on Sunday. Talk a little bit about that aspect of her game.
Well, it's funny because you say that, and then she, you know, and she had a pretty good combination, like an AAU, of attacking the basket.
Mm-hmm.
I went and saw her play high school in Camden, and like, she had some threes, and I was like, okay, you know, because she attacked the basket more in AAU. You know, Annie's road has been a remarkable one for a coach. Someone that had needed a lot of development, you know, on and off the court. Excellent student in the classroom, but needed that maturity of what it takes to win at this level. Continue doing the little things, not cutting any corners on the court. She's always been so athletic and so much better than everyone else when she played, that she could get away with this and this and this. So I think her journey has been, you know, on the defensive end was the hardest part. Why she couldn't get on the floor the first couple of years. You know, and whether she wanted to know it or not, she knew it. And that, you know, you just really didn't matter if you could give us 10, you can't give up 15.
Right.
And you really can't give us 10 and give up 10 either. So I think, you know, her journey with that has just been, you know, her part of just really understanding that if I really do this, I really can't contribute over here. So I thought last year was beyond her turnaround year. You know, you saw some signs of it her sophomore year, but definitely her leap of faith between her sophomore year and junior year, and she did that. She said, you know, I can't just make baby steps. I have to, like, make a pretty big jump. And I remember her when we were sitting in there in the postseason, and, you know, and she made up her mind. And I think that's the lesson I think you can teach a lot of kids. Like, honestly, if you really make up your mind to actually do something and stick to it, you know, I always make up my word, stick-to-itiveness all the time. If you have some stick-to-itiveness, you know, you could actually get some results. So I think it's a valuable lesson, you know, for people to understand that might not be getting them as much minutes as they want to now. You know, what do I really need to do to improve to actually, you know, grow my role? And then her role has now grown into, you know, more valuable on both ends of the floor. Like, you know, you need to find people who not only hit your shot. It's almost like, you know, if Odyssey Sims, if Annie there was time was a black hole, she was looking to shoot too much. Now she surprises people because she can find that open person. She's not having tunnel vision when she's going to the hole. So, you know, I could talk obviously for a very long time about her because she's really close to my heart. I think she's a dynamic young kid. She came in here with a lot of respect from her family and everything that got her to this point. And it's just like a special feeling for me when I talk about Annie, and it always has been, because I think she has come a long way, and it proves, you know, you give people an opportunity and what they can do with it.
Upcoming this week, a little bit unorthodox. You stepped outside of CAA play in February to take on NJIT Thursday and then Charleston this weekend. What's the approach to this NJIT game where you're in the grind of your CAA schedule, but you have a non-conference game Thursday?
Well, earlier today I blamed it on Mike Gibson. So I blamed it on Mike Gibson. No, Mike obviously does a wonderful job. But we had some scheduling woes, and it was just how we had to fit it in. So it is what it is. Honestly, it kind of comes at an interesting time because we need to get a little more flow heading into going to Charleston, and, you know, we need to treat this like a conference game. You know, it just is what it is. So, you know, hopefully get out there, you know, get our offensive rhythm back, and, you know, be ready to go.
What's the key this week to make it 3 in a row and 6 of 7?
Yeah, well, you know, that don't take anyone lightly. I mean, again, I don't think necessarily that was our mindset with Mary yesterday. I think once again we missed a couple shots and got in our own way. So I think, you know, the mindset, you know, the headspace, and then just be ready to go to CSC and be ready for them to battle. CSC is going to dive and hustle after every 50-50, and, you know, we just got to fight back. We didn't fight back on our home floor here, and we really just got to start off swinging and continue.
The Hofstra Pride women's basketball team, 2 games this week, at home Thursday against NJIT, on the road Sunday against the College of Charleston. You can catch all the action right here on GoHofstra.com. For Krista Kilburn-Steveskey, I'm Mike Sullivan. Thanks for tuning in to the WBB Mason Coaches Report.